Hello, everybody. Welcome and kumusta. Thank you for joining me. This is Hao, your occupational therapist, and welcome to Occupational Therapy Conversations. In this episode of OT Conversation, I would like to dedicate this almost like a personal conversation between myself and some of the band fives. And it's also dedicated and directed to the students. I have been finding myself getting further and further away from young clinicians. So, any opportunity that I get, I do what I can to share what I know because I wanted the young clinicians and students to understand occupational therapy, for them to be inspired to do the things that they needed to do. In the United Kingdom, you go to university, you are taught principles. There, you would have some lecturers, and not all the lecturers have had extensive clinical experience. Most of them have been in the academic world. So they are theorists and they can share. You can learn from your lecturers to a certain degree. And in your journey as a student, you'll only get a touch of the surface. Mind you, after that, it is and should be a continued journey of learning. University is only giving you some points of a ship and a sail. That's it. How far you want to go and how much adventure you want to take, it's really up to you. But as an occupational therapist, you are taking on a commitment to be an occupational therapist. It's not a job, guys. Being an occupational therapist is not a job. It is a calling, it's a vocation. And I know others think that OT is only a job, it's a profession. Yes, it pays. But why do you go to do occupational therapy? One way or another, you do it because of a belief that there is something special about people we meet, about people whom we encounter, and we want to do the best things for these people. We want to be able to help. I have rarely met an occupational therapist who went into occupational therapy because of the physical side or purely because of the wonder of the physical rehabilitation or treating or addressing an impairment of the body. Because if people do, they probably would have gone through medicine or they probably would have gone through doing physical therapy. But with occupational therapy, there is always that person as the core reason why OTs are taking up occupational therapy. So when you finish university, don't stop learning. It's only beginning. In fact, you shouldn't stop. You should carry on doing, and there are some points and mission that you need to do as a band 5. And one of this is you need to continue to acquire the foundation knowledge skills and the foundation knowledge base. Like a squirrel, you need to gather more and more of these acorns and nuts while You are young while you can still do it, while you have the ability to do it. Learn more about it. And I'm telling you, it will only probably take you at least 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Don't stop. After you qualify, take 2 to 3 years of non-stop learning how to be an occupational therapist, or what are the things that you needed to learn in terms of the body, because that's the physical side of things, in terms of the human mind and cognition, that will be the cognitive side of things, in terms of emotions, defense mechanisms, psychosocial dysfunctions, and that will address all of the emotional and affective state of the person. Do not stop learning, guys. Know the what's. That would be the question. That would be the question that you should be asking as a Band 5 occupational therapist. What is this? Why is this in terms of the body? Understand the root, the body, the ins and outs of the body. It was never taught to you. You'll have to make an effort to do it. Why? Because you're an occupational therapist. And doing, for a person to do the things that they like to do, to be able to engage in occupation, there is a balance and an interplay and a huge dynamics of transaction. The body is transacting with the world. The body is transacting with itself. It's a machine. You have to understand it. Don't stop learning. That's number one. When you're an occupational therapist and when you're a band 5 and when you become a band 5, know that you are now a professional, especially once you get that HCPC registration. There is a transition there from being a student to now being a professional that can hold your ground. You're a professional that can hold your ground, that you can stand amongst just and special individuals. You are among the special individuals because you are a professional. You hold your vocation. You hold occupational therapy. You wave the flag of occupational therapy. They're representatives of doctors, they're doctors. Physical therapists, they're physical therapists. Psychologists, they're that. They are just person. They are honorable people. And equally, you are as well. You have your own expertise and know that you are. It changes. And you need to live up to that expectation of being an occupational therapist. You are a therapist. Therapy is treatment. You treat using occupation. You can treat so that the person can engage in occupation. You hold a magic, you hold a special key to helping an individual through the skills that you know. The next stage, being a band 6, which would be a different scenario altogether, you cannot develop the skill unless you know you have that foundation. You need to learn, okay? You shouldn't stop learning. You need to understand and respect yourself and hold yourself with pride as an occupational therapist. That is the second step. When you're in the working area, know that you have a responsibility. You will have responsibility to other people. You're one of those that can influence change and healing as an occupational therapist. You are that special. And if you are working in a hospital, anything that you do will help the hospital deliver its job. And the job of the hospital is to look after the sick people. So make yourself proactive as an occupational therapist. Go and see people, offer to help, learn, be there all the time. Because you're not just helping the person, you are also helping the institution where you would be working. You are a professional, you are a representative of that institution whom you are working with. Like, for example, if you're working with a trust, then you're representing that trust. And any benefits and any accolades, any praise that these trust will get, it's only getting it because of you and because of all the other people who's working in the trust. You are representatives of these hospitals. If you're in the community unit, it's the same things. Yeah. So don't stop, guys. Don't stop learning. Know that you have become a professional. Know that you are not just helping the person, but you're helping the society. If you remember these things, I think every day you will be working with purpose and with reason. Nothing's ever going to be boring. This is the first stage, guys. All right? So, what can you do? Would you promise to yourself to try and be that perfect stone upon which a building will be set on? Do, you know? And you can only be this perfect part of a building if you have had the willful and proactive education. Learning does not happen in schools and in schools alone. There is so much more happening in the world that you are involved with. A lot of learning opportunities are given to you by every situation that you come across with, by the people that you meet, by the patients that you encounter. And lessons are not just one is, yes, maybe the scientific lessons, the conditions, these are all technical stuff, very superficial. There are other lessons, life lessons that people will give to you, but you can only be open to this lesson if you're hungry enough and if you're opening yourself to this opportunity to learn, this willingness to be an occupational therapist. Okay. So this is me, guys, reaching out to you band fives out there and to students. Okay. Do not stop learning. Carry on with your education. Do not let money or the salary be your motivation to do good. Surely it's not just the money. Eventually, you'll get there. We'll get into a higher banding. You'll get into a higher pay. Some people go straight to higher banding levels, but they are not prepared on the spiritual side, on the physical side, on the thinking side. People nowadays, they move up and they step up the ladder. And yes, you get the title, but you're scared. I have seen so many people and I know so many people who have moved up the ladder from band 5 to band 6 and even band 7, knowing a tad bit only. It meant that their development is not ripe. And so they get paid, and so they get very angry or they get very defensive. They're very controlling. because those people who wants to control things are the ones that are in some levels somehow insecure of the learnings or of the knowledge base. So they're very controlling and they don't want people to explore other things. Learn, guys. All right. This conversation is a reflection and insights involving occupational therapy, riot conversation. If you like this podcast, this episode, talk to your friends about it over a cup of tea. Learn together and grow together. Might I add, please subscribe, share the things that you need to do. Bye.